How many of you have used Siri, a navigational app, or flown on an airplane? While these might not all seem directly related, they're all powered by something called artificial intelligence, or AI. Defined for practical terms as autonomous machine intelligence, AI plays a huge role in our lives today that will only expand as time goes on. It also is a huge field for my fellow computer technology majors to look into. And so today I'm going to give a talk on the history, current applications, and modern fears about advanced intelligence, artificial intelligence. The history of AI includes countless concepts, products, and developments. So today I'm just going to talk about the more important events that shaped what we know today of AI. As Jill Press writes in his 2016 Forbes article, the 1950s were sort of the birthing decade of the modern AI. This includes the the Alan Turing test, which is pictured here on the left, and it defines that artificial intelligence should be able to produce a response that a human could not distinguish from another human's response. So for example, artificial intelligence A and person B both produce a response, and person C cannot tell which one is real and which one was from the program. Similarly, the Arthur Samuel machine learning publication explains that a artificial intelligence is sufficient enough when it can defeat a human in a popular knowledge game such as chess, shown on the right. Later, in 1979, a Stanford team developed what later became known as the Stanford Cart. It's this little guy pictured up here, and it was able to navigate a room cluttered with chairs in about 5 hours. It required no human interaction whatsoever, and because of this, it's kind of known as the earliest example of an autonomous vehicle. This could be seen later in Google's self-driving car, which in 2014 was able to pass a Nevada state driving test. And somewhat more recently, IBM's Deep Blue program was able to defeat the former world chess champion, Garry Kasparov, in 2009. This is exactly what Arthur Samuel wrote about in the 1950s, and you can see how AI sort of followed the trends that was set up in the 1950s. And now that you have a brief history of some of the more important elements of AI, let's talk about how it's used today. So tech companies harness artificial intelligence to make their products easier for humans to use and to make their robots better for interaction. An example of this could be a smart kitchen, where appliances might track your eating habits and then go and purchase products from the store that both would benefit your diet as well as make your food more enjoyable. As Kim Severson writes in her October 2017 article, Kitchen of the Future, products like these, while they reduce time it would take to produce food in the kitchen, they might take out what people find enjoyable in the art of cooking. Moreover, in Michigan, it was recently unveiled that Domino's had autonomous pizza delivery. You could order your pizza online and pick it up from a self-driving car without any human interaction whatsoever. A lot of people find this maybe more enjoyable, while others think it takes out what kind of is part of the quintessential pizza ordering. And how many of you have had to pass one of these tests before? How many of you have seen one of these? Known as reCAPTCHA, it was a test designed by Google to make it so that humans, while you can understand easily, it's harder for programs or bots to understand based on the strange font or positioning of the characters. As Charles Choi writes in an article for Tech News Source Spectrum days ago, a CAPTCHA is considered beaten if a bot can pass it with a rough accuracy of 1%. However, the recently designed Vicarious system was able to crack the CAPTCHA code with a 66.6% completion rate. Not only does that mean that this type of security no longer works and they'll have to update their system, the Vicarious technology could potentially be used in robots that interact with humans for a better human-AI interaction. While advances like these improve the interaction humans have with technology, robots, etc., it receives a lot of backlash, and it also prompts government legislation. For example, the House of Representatives passed last month legislation that would require the self-driving cars to have anti-hacking programs that would prevent them from use in terror attacks. This includes, so their goal was to avoid things that happened in London, Berlin, and even New York a few days ago. Many of you are familiar with the film Terminator, right? Yeah. Even though it's sort of turned into a cult film and it's not real science fiction, many of the fears we see in that movie are actually true today. For example, philosopher Nick Bostrom wrote that AI will eventually outpace and dominate humanity. He's shown on the left here. And Tesla CEO and founder Elon Musk quoted on July 15th of this summer, "By the time we are reactive in AI regulation, it will be too late." While these might be more radical views of AI, some believe that it could just be a more practical problem with our society. For example, Rod Koch wrote in his September 2017 article, "Will AI Eliminate My Job?" that he believes many people will not be able to keep up with the rapid expansion of technology, and many will lose their jobs as AI takes over the more common wide jobs. This can be seen in places like McDonald's, where they have self-ordering screens, for example. As we've seen today, AI plays a huge role in our lives today and will only increase as time goes on. I suggest that if you have the time, try to acquaint yourself a little more with this technology, and it might go a long way. While the history, modern applications, and fears of AI only scratch the surface of this huge topic and don't get into any of the technological sides, because that's a way longer speech in and of itself. Next time you use Siri, Google Maps, or fly on an airplane, you'll know a little bit about what powers these products.